Namaste. I'm Krishna. I'm out here today breathing in the fresh air, soaking up the sunshine. Everywhere can be a sacred place if you arrive with presence and stay grounded. Hey, this channel is about being real. It's about being authentic, even if that means sharing stories that are painful for me, moments that were difficult to go through. Now, the reason I open up is simple. If any of the lessons from my life can help you in your journey or in our coaching sessions, then that's what I want to be all about, and that's what I want to bring to the table. So let me share a story with you, one that taught me more than any win ever did. The story is letting go of the American dream. It was probably the hardest and most liberating lesson of my life. Now, in 2005, I was in my early 30s living what I thought was the dream, six-figure income, beautiful home in Laguna Beach, savings in my bank, top performer at my company. I was proud, and I wish my father, who passed away when I was 29, could have really seen it. Then, 2008, the crash rippled through everything. By 2012, my house was completely flipped upside down, worth less than what I paid for it. And I fought with everything I had, drained all my savings. Eventually, I had to face the truth. It was either going to take me down or I had to do something about it and let it go. As I was down to my last $20, worried about keeping the lights on, where my next meal was coming from. It was tough times. And with it, the dream it represented was a major shift for me. That was what I truly learned, the lessons of letting go of physical things and working internally on myself. Now, discipline equals self-love. That's where my real growth began, and that's where the sunshine is coming out. Now, jobs, the industry, it all collapsed. Jobs dried up. Financial folks like myself were getting blamed, blackballed. I hustled, I interviewed, I got hired at banks. Banks kept shutting down. We get hired at one place, and a month later they were closing their doors. And I was back to zero, unfortunately, over and over again. It was a horrible cycle to go through. And it wasn't just me. It was a whole industry that was collapsing. I felt like I was basically starting from scratch. And here's what really saved me. And I asked myself, what's free? What can I use today to save myself? And the answer was simple. Exercise, nature, movement, my own 2 feet. Every morning I'd put on my headphones, I'd ride my mountain bike deep into Laguna Canyon, put on miles of trails, just me and the dirt. I walked to the beach, let the waves ground me. I hiked, I trained for soccer like I never have before. I climbed in Joshua Tree. And at lunch, I'd even hit a 6-mile mountain bike loop, change clothes in the car, and head back to work. Those were good times. Movement became my meditation. Nature became my therapy. It was free, and it saved me. And it kept me in the present moment, kept me grounded, not ruminating in circumstances, not letting circumstances control my emotions. I found work again, luckily, rebuilt in a new industry, became a top account executive starting from the ground up, rebuilt my region. And then another blow, shady HOA, bad legal advice, surprise fees, money yanked, and somehow I was back to zero. I actually remember crying at this moment. I scratched my way out of the hole only to be shoved back again. I was on the phone with family, tears in my eyes, not knowing what to do, feeling lost, like everything had to start over again. But here's the truth. The lessons I had already learned through my discipline, that I picked myself back up, I went back in there and rebuilt myself over again. It was brutal, but it's a lesson that I learned. Systems fail, I don't have to. Now the lesson here, and here's what I want you to hear. Here's what I want you to listen to. Your life is bigger than your title, your address, and your bank balance. If your identity lives outside you, any market can take it. If your identity lives inside, you could rebuild from anywhere. And that's why I share this. It's not just as a story from my past, but as a reminder for you today. No matter how heavy the circumstances feel, and I know a lot of people are feeling it right now, you can always turn it around to the present moment, back to your breath and back to your own 2 feet. Now here's a practice. It's called Center Before Circumstances. We visited this shortly in our video 1. Sit comfortably, hand on heart, take a slow breath in and out for a couple minutes and say to yourself, my value isn't my job, my house, or my status. My value is how I show up today, right now. Then write down one action on a piece of paper that you'll take today and make sure that you follow through. Now, if you missed lesson 1, you can go back and watch it. These 3 lessons are designed to flow together, each one building on the last. Today was lesson 2. And if this actually resonates with you and we're vibing, there's a short description in the link that I'll put there. Tell me where you're at, what you want to change. And if it feels like a fit, we'll book a call and map your next steps. No pressure, just a real plan with a real person. And if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe for more yoga transformations, weekly insights, all brought to you by Shambala Yoga Company. Now, I wish you peace, presence, and positivity. This is Krishna Rising. This is Wellness with Krishna. And this is the path to Shambhala. Namaste. Blessings on your journey. Thank you so much for watching.